Marvel, your universe.
That quote has always fascinated me. Comic books are one of the quintessential escapist fantasy. Being strong as Superman, smart as Batman, and being sexually open like Wonder Woman. That being the big selling point for DC Comics. The stories of gods among men. But Marvel has this tagline of
Marvel, your universe.
implying that everybody can become a hero. Outcast, minorities, people who suffer with disabilities, and dinosaurs. It doesn't matter because we all have the will to become a hero. Except when you don't give a shit about them and you give them shitty reasons to be villains. Now you can argue that the most famous Marvel heroes are the equivalent of gods among men. Even the examples that I listed before have been reimagined to be more important. And you are right, Spider-Man went from
Oh gee, I got bit by a super arachnid to
now he's one of the chosen spider people, pigs, moles, animes, whatever. Hulk was a result of a radiation accident? Don't you mean Satan powers? Unless I say about Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. Look, the point is I like this one random tagline and Marvel barely uses it. So I decided to take a page from my favorite content creator, CR of Familiar Faces. By taking a page, he means ripping him off. And talk about a hero that I find so interesting that almost follows the philosophy that anyone can be a hero in the Marvel Universe. He has had very few highs, but many lows. May I introduce to you Captain Ultra?
Captain Ultra here, and sometimes when I'm saving the world, things happen.
This guy is my favorite Marvel superhero for all the wrong reasons. He's very unpopular, he's a complete joke, a big asshole, and he has had very few appearances even though he's been around for almost 50 years. He is so obscure that he isn't even on one of those BuzzFeed CBR lists of forgotten worst comic book characters you don't believe. Top 1,000. Number 746 will make you go ooh. So I think he deserves some attention, so I'm gonna give it to him now. If Peacemaker can get a HBO show, why can't Captain Ito over here? Wait, that isn't right. Created by these three fellows, Griffin Gogol was just a normal plumber who got hypnotized by an extraterrestrial psychologist, where his potential got unlocked and gained superpowers like super strength, flight, tangibility, and creating a costume out of nothing just because the psychologist couldn't pay for the plumbing. Also, the downside of the hypnosis was that Griffin became a pyrophobic so that he would stop smoking. You might think that this is the dumbest backstory in comics, but Shit King exists, so... Also, comics are stupid. His first appearance was in Fantastic Four number 117, where he decided to join the superhero team. Fantastic! I mean Frightful Four. Wait, what? Long story short, three villains, Wizard, a guy with a stupid helmet and gravity tech, Trapster, another guy who has a glue gun, and Sandman, captured the Fant Force Stick and decided to recruit a new fourth member, which is like a running gag with it, his team, while they pose as a superhero team for some reason. During the recruitment, we meet a wannabe hero called Osprey, and Wizard makes him float away, probably killing him. Like, nobody saw that? Are they not questioning why these heroes are killing people? As we are formally introduced to Captain Ultra, where he shows off his powers and then faints from seeing fire. And boy howdy, we need to talk about this outfit for a second. It's so ugly. There are so many contrasting colors that it almost makes my eyes sore. I don't know if he was supposed to be a parody, but he works as one, and I kinda like this outfit for that reason. Also, there's a point in this video where I will make you understand why this costume is better than an alternative. Anyway, this was his first appearance, and Captain Ultra was 2 out of 3 heroes that got to reappear in more comics. The other being Texas Twister, who also has a crazy dumb backstory. Let's see what kind of adventure Captain Eyesore is gonna land into. Dang it, I said his name wrong again. His next appearance was in the pages of Defenders, issue 62 to 64. For those of you who don't know or don't care, Defenders are a superhero team consisting of Hulk, Valkyrie, Hellcat, and Nighthawk. I mean, there are tons of other members, but these four are important for this video. But in this three-parter, a guy named Dollar Bill, who is the Defender's friend, makes a commercial for the team and invites a bunch of superheroes to join the team. Bootleg Batman is not amused. One of those heroes is Captain Colorblind himself, where he and another guy dressed like a playing card hit on Hellcat, which leads to 1 out of 3 fights in this comic. I recommend that people go check out this three-parter. It's bonkers. Anyway, the heroes come together, except Hulk, who left because everyone was mean to him, to fight villains who took on the name of Defenders just to make them look bad, which isn't necessary because this four-parter portrays all the heroes as bumbling idiots or very angry psychos, so you know. Anyway, the Defenders, with the help from the Defenders, fight the Defenders, and it was chaotic. Then 2 out of 3 Defenders team disbanded, which led Captain Ultra to go to Chicago and try to save the day, only for Thor to show up, causing Cap to throw a hissy fit, like he does. But after these 2 mishaps in Ultra's life, he then got his own adventures to shine. Like the time he got over his pyrophobia, became a stand-up comedian, and defeated his first nemesis, Ackler, the demon without humor, by making him laugh. Another story where he's beaten up by children dressed up as famous Marvel heroes. There is a metaphor here somewhere, who are being mind-controlled by the Consular-in-Chief. Another story where he fought plantmen who stole all the Christmas trees during the holidays, only for them to team up so they could plant more trees to save the ecosystem. His final story is him going to Texas for a stand-up, only for his audience to get kidnapped by a monster called a Mud Pie who has a carrot for a nose. After a weird plan to take him down, he saves his audience, who are thankful that Wonder Man saved them. Oh, these stories may not be high caliber of the most praised Marvel stories, but goddamn are they fun as hell. But sadly, he has not gotten a solo story since the 90s, and then the 2000s began. The 2000s started off kinda okay. In one of my favorite comics, GLA, the Captain makes a cameo where he refuses to join the Great Lake Avengers. A perfect example of his ego, cause he has explained that he got rejected to join the actual Avengers, only to say no when someone asks him to join a below average hero team. Personally, I think he would made a perfect member of the GLA. Maybe he said no because he heard what happened to Grasshopper. Unfortunately, the fall came very soon. After the Civil War and Captain America died, Captain Ultra formed a team called Nebraska Initiative Team, where everyone died except him. In the pages of Invisible Iron Man 21 and 24, the first drastic thing that got my attention was the costume change, because I didn't recognize him until someone said his name. Good God, the costume that Plant Man got you looks better than this. This piss blanket is more of an eyesore than the regular costume. Heck, I would argue his costume in the Fantastic Four cartoon looked better. This was such a drastic shock that I forgot what happened in these issues. Something about a murder mystery, Iron Man being very soulless after the Civil War incident, and Captain Ultra said this. It's just boring, whatever. But the big question is, are the 2 Avengers Annual Wars? Yes and no. No, cause he's in it and appearing in anything is good enough for the captain. And he got his old costume back, with a faceplate added on. And yes, cause the heroes beat him up by using his pyrophobia to beat him. Hey, wait a minute. Are you telling me that the story when he got over it is non-canon? Well, that sucks. In this, I guess I could call it a 2-parter. Wonder Man forms a team of D-list superheroes, which I'm not gonna lie, every member could be a topic on their own, called the Revengers, who go and take revenge on the Avengers because the writers want to vent on former Avenger stories where they did a shitty thing and didn't get punished for it or something, I don't know. So Simon and the Rejects go and destroy the Avengers along with their mansion as well. Then they get their ass kicked in the other annual. They all go to jail, and that was the last time Captain Ultra ever had a role in the comics after that. So why did I choose to talk about Captain Ultra? 2 reasons. 1, he just looks neat, alright? 2, I have not read that many comics, if any. My exposure comes mostly from cartoons, movies, and video games. But now and then, I find few Marvel comics to read. Power Pack, Great Lake Avengers, Pet Avengers, Gwenpool. These ones I can get behind because I enjoy those short and simple kinds of stories about the unexpected people who rise to the occasion rather than most of the Jesus figures the famous Marvel heroes have evolved into. Captain Ultra feels like one of those outcasts I love, where overall he has nothing to offer to the superhero community, but somehow surprises everyone no matter how big or small it looks. His stories, though short, aren't better than they have any right to be, and the fact that he has just been forgotten and tossed away is just sad to me. If any writers are gonna include him in any future project, I suggest looking into his solo stories for inspiration, canon or not. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight an obscure Marvel character, and I hope it gets everyone's attention. And just like what Captain Ultra used to say. Wait, that's the wrong quote. My powers come from the muti blah blah blah. Hulk, a result of radiation accident? And talk about a hero that I find so interesting to fight villains to take on the and they use their name to cause crime and make the bad guys bad blah 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 blah. Eckler, 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 whatever. Eckler, the demon without. His final story is Griffin. His maybe his. Personally, I think he would have made a oh God. Ugh. And he got his old costume back with a face, with a face. If future writers are gonna include him in future,